beginning. It was the beginning of the two-term president. But Ronald Reagan was my favorite because he didn't take no shit, and we wouldn't find out what happened until afterwards. And he would come on like the next morning. He would come on the next morning. He would say, "Sorry, but at 7:45 a.m. this morning, we had to firebomb Libya." And you're like getting ready for school and shit or whatever. You're like, we didn't have no idea that this was going on, Ronald. And then of course there was Grenada, and then there was Beirut when he first took office, when they were picking off our Marines in Beirut like chickens. Which was actually really the beginning of like a whole lot of other terms. But Ronald Reagan, the man himself, was a great man, great military strategist, and a great mind as far as socioeconomics are concerned. He was the one that came up with the system, identified the system as drip down society, which is not really entirely a bad idea. Drip down society means that it starts at the top. Well, I mean, how else is it going to start but with all the people that have money? The problem occurs when in the pursuit of protecting this old money that, morality is put on the line sometimes and stuff like that, which is what the country is waking up from right now. If anybody knows me, you know that I've always said that the United States has a nice case of the termites. And any infrastructure in this world, there is no empire or governmental structure that has not fallen in the world. I like to say Rome wasn't built in a day, but we can knock it down in one and hopefully rebuild by next summer. There is no governmental infrastructure that has not fallen in world history, but it will fall faster if taken apart from the inside. And what I began to notice is that inside of the administration and I mean, there's lots of things and stuff where they try to blame it on Obama, and a lot of just unfair things and stuff, right? But really, what it basically came down to is a big theft. What it came down to was a big theft, and I'll upload this video this morning and stuff. Right, I have some other stuff to take care of, so I'll be brief. But what it comes down to is like, what these people inside of society are guilty of doing is ripping off Uncle Sam, and then expecting you to carry the burden for it. If the manufactured retail sales price of any product says 2 for 99 cents, that's what the people that produce it say that we have enough to sell it at. Why am I giving you $3.50? I mean, is it for your transportation costs? I mean, or whatever. If the manufactured retail sale price says 2 for 99 cents, then that's what I'm expecting to pay for. I'm not expecting to pay $4.50, because that's not only is it false advertising, it is also actually going against your corporate grain. I experienced that as well with Carl's Jr. when I was doing my nursing down there in San Bernardino. Every morning I would jump on the freeway. Before I jumped on the freeway, I would hit the Carl's Jr. over on Del Rosa, and I would get my 2 monster biscuits for $2.50, and that's a great deal, right? It was like 2 for $2.50, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I stopped there, and then one morning I was in a particular rush. I had to stop on the one over on Boulder, going up towards Redlands, and I stopped there, and I get the same 2 monster biscuits, and the lady tells me like 5 something. I said, wait a minute. I said, I get those over on Del Rosa for like 2 for $2.50. She goes, that's the corporate store. This is a franchise. I said, that's your fucking boss. Your boss says sell them 2 for $2.50, but you're going to charge me $5 fucking bucks. You know what I'm saying? Because you bought into this franchise and you want to make a little bit of money, and you're not talking about, you're not thinking about the consumer. You're not thinking about anything. You're just thinking about yourself. And that's unfair. That's unfair business practice. And there's a lot of it going on inside the United States. And the world at first, actually, I mean, if you can go back to the Brexit situation where England was like, we're sick of it. We don't want to be associated with anybody. We're taking our dollar. We're taking our dollar and we're going to live with our dollar alone. That was what the Brexit was all about. The EU, the Brits were so fed up with the theft and the thievery that they were threatening to take their dollar and make their dollar only good in their country. And that was what the whole Brexit affair. We're withdrawing from the whole economic union, European Economic Union. Your dollar, you guys, you can just go ahead and spend your fucking dollars in it. That's what you feel, and that's what that was all about. Of course, I opposed it because of the fact I said, well, that's great if you're inside of your city, inside of your country, you plan to never travel abroad. But if you plan to travel abroad, then of course you're going to need American greenbacks. And so what was happening is that inside of our society, lots of people were actually ripping off Uncle Sam and expecting you to carry the brevity and the weight of the situation. I walked into one restaurant where a burrito was $14, and I just couldn't believe it. I mean, your basic bean and cheese burrito was $14 fucking dollars. And I'm like, well, please. It goes without saying, please pay your taxes, people, first of all. Second of all, if you're not going to pay your taxes, don't expect me to pay them for you. My life is hard enough. So anyway, that's what was happening within the infrastructure of the United States of America, and it was resounding around the world. As a political activist first, you don't wait until, some things are never going to be known. A fetus in a jar, you know what I'm saying? These are the things that you have to do in order to, complete your science, your science fair. The science fair is coming up, Jesus Christ. And it's really nothing. But, and so, that's what they're doing. I would sit back and I would say, pay your taxes first. And if you're not going to pay your taxes, don't expect me to pay them for you. I'd rather defect, than to sit back and to grovel away to poverty and lack of monetary funding or go on in a capitalist society. And in a capitalist society, which is well marching towards socialism anyway, because people don't know how to stop stealing. Socialism, Jeff Bezos, the country has actually lived in a state of democratic socialism for a long, long, long time. Who else has fucking 10,000 stores? Socialism, and a lot of the words that they threw at President Obama, which was very, very unfair, because all socialism is a world market economy that supplies the people with everything they need. Jeff Bezos is like, what you need? Amazon, and stuff like that. But this is what, we know that you like to go shopping, but Jesus Christ, something's not right with our books. And so all this stuff was going on. And all these things are going on and stuff, man. And so I took it upon myself, because as a political activist first, you don't wait for a chance to make money with Jesus Christ. I'd have to spend 13 of it at Subway to get a fucking sandwich. You don't wait for a chance to make money. You see something wrong and you speak about it right then at that moment. I always say, if you have a voice, if you're one of the recognizable ones, you're one of the ones that easily discerned from amongst the crowd, and you have a voice that's louder than everybody else's, talk all the shit you want, just tell the truth. Not the truth that's going to stop the world, the truth is going to save it. And so, a lot of times and stuff, man, that's really basically what we're coming down to now. But I'm going to keep you guys posted, man, out there, YouTube and stuff, man. I'm making project. I'm making progress and stuff as far as the music is concerned and stuff, man. It's trying to put together that first. We're going to go the long route is what I pretty much decided, which means, parties and beer, instead of just rushing in and just saying like, hey, this is it right here. I'd like to begin the process of making friends again. learning how to live, because the world was totally taken apart by people's lack of regard or lack of respect. But we can't talk about that,